Okay, let's unpack this. Today, we're embarking on a deep dive into a region that honestly it might surprise you with its vibrancy and its deep roots. We're talking about the Rajshahi division in Bangladesh. Our goal isn't just, listing facts. We want to pull out the key insights from our sources, give you that shortcut to really understanding this fascinating place. Hopefully find some of those aha moments too.
Yeah, and what's really fascinating here is how these sources paint, well, quite a complete picture of Rajshahi. It's like a microcosm of Bangladesh itself, really. It skillfully blends this deep tradition with dynamic modern growth. It's one of Bangladesh's 8 administrative divisions, right up in the northwest, and it stands out for its history, its education system, definitely its agriculture, especially those mangoes everyone talks about, and its silk production, too. It's got a lot going on.
Exactly. So our mission, let's say, for this deep dive is to go, well, beyond just the surface facts. We'll explore Rajshahi's geography, its people, the pulse of its economy, and its unique cultural fabric. We're not just talking about what it is, but really why it thrives as the education city and maybe more famously the mango capital.
Hmm.
You'll really get a sense of its whole identity, hopefully. Okay, so let's start by grounding ourselves in the geography, the location of Rajshahi. Because its position in northwestern Bangladesh, well, it isn't just a spot on the map, right? It defines so much of its story. To its west and north, it shares pretty significant borders with India, West Bengal, and Bihar specifically. That makes it a crucial crossroads. Then to the east, you've got the Rangpur and Dhaka divisions, and down south, it meets the Khulna division.
Hmm.
And naturally, in this part of the world, rivers are absolute lifelines. Rajshahi is shaped by these huge waterways like the mighty Padma, that's the local name for the Ganges, of course, plus the Atrai, the Jamuna, and the Mahananda. They're all major players.
That geographical context is absolutely crucial. You're right. It really influences everything, doesn't it? From how well the farms do to historical trade routes, even, cultural exchange. And administratively, Rajshahi division is pretty organized. It's made up of 8 distinct districts. You've got Rajshahi itself, then Chapai Nawabganj, Natora, Nogawon, it's sometimes called Bogra, Jodhpuratat, Pabna, and Surajganj.
Right.
And what's insightful from the sources is that each of these, while they're part of the bigger division, they sort of keep their own unique character. They contribute specific strengths. Like you mentioned, Chapai Nawabganj is almost, well, synonymous with mangoes. That drives a huge chunk of the regional economy.
Yeah, absolutely. And when we shift focus to the people, Rajshahi is, it's a really populous region, home to roughly 30 million people based on recent estimates. Now, Standard Bengali is the main language, obviously, but the region also has its own vibrant regional dialects. Varendri is probably the most notable one. Religion-wise, the majority are Muslim, but there are also significant Hindu, Christian, and Buddhist minorities, too. It creates this diverse and quite interwoven cultural tapestry that really enriches the whole area.
It truly does. And building on that diversity, one of Rajshahi's biggest distinctions, something highlighted a lot in our sources, is its reputation as an education hub. It's not just a casual nickname when people call it the education city of Bangladesh. This status is really earned through institutions like the University of Rajshahi, which is very well known, Rajshahi Medical College, Rajshahi College itself, and RUET, the Rajshahi Engineering and Technology University. And the deeper insight here, I think, is how these places haven't just educated people locally. They've historically acted as these critical incubators, not just for local talent, but for the intellectual capital that has literally shaped Bangladesh's national development. Innovation across all sorts of fields has roots there.
That's a really powerful point. So it's not just about farming. It's a major engine for, well, intellectual growth and national progress. Okay, shifting gears a bit to the economy. Rajshahi's economic heartbeat undeniably is agriculture, though it does also have growing industrial and service sectors. When we talk major crops, rice is fundamental, sure, but then there are those legendary mangoes. Rajshahi and Chapai and Nawabganj, they're called the mango capital for a very good reason, but beyond that, they also grow a lot of wheat, sugarcane, lentils, quite a mix. So given this strong focus on agriculture, especially mangoes, how does that specialization impact the wider economy, beyond just, selling the fruit?
That's a great question because that specialization is really key. Being the mango capital isn't just about having orchards. It's a massive seasonal industry. It provides livelihoods for thousands, from growing and picking to packing and transport. It even directly influences the local food scene. And beyond the raw crops, the industrial side is also pretty compelling. Rajshahi silk, for instance. It's not just known locally, it's celebrated across the country.
Right. I've heard of Rajshahi silk.
Yeah, and what makes it unique is its distinct texture. It comes from local silkworm varieties and these very traditional weaving methods. So it's not just a product, it's really a cultural legacy that supports thousands of artisans. There's also a strong presence of textiles, generally, and jute processing. And crucially, there's this growing food processing industry, especially, of course, for all those mangoes, but also dairy products. This points to a sort of strategic diversification. They're adding value to what they grow, not just selling it raw.
Absolutely. It sounds like a dynamic economy, really leveraging its natural strengths smartly. And if you're thinking about visiting, or maybe you're just curious about its, incredible history, Rajshahi Division offers a real treasure trove. It boasts some truly incredible historical sites. There's the Somapura Mahavihara at Paharpur. That's a UNESCO World Heritage Site. And, well, they don't just hand those out. It's this enormous ancient Buddhist monastery. It gives you a real window into a thriving past.
Huge.
Then you have Mahastengar, one of the earliest urban archaeological sites found in Bangladesh. That's in Bogura. And the Barendra Research Museum, which has the distinction of being the oldest museum in the entire country. Not to mention the Chodosona Mosque in Gao, which is beautifully preserved. These aren't just, piles of old stones. They are tangible links back through centuries of history and civilization.
Yeah, exactly. And it's not just about the ancient structures either. The natural spots offer a really wonderful counterpoint. The Padma riverbanks, for example, they're known for these breathtaking sunsets. You can get serene boat rides. It gives you that sense of natural beauty that contrasts with all that historical weight. There's also the Rajshahi Central Park and Zoo, and of course those huge tropical mango orchards we keep mentioning. They're quite a sight, especially during harvest season, just bursting with fruit. This blend of profound history and natural splendor really makes it an attractive and, well, multifaceted region.
And the culture. Rajshahi seems to pulse with this vibrant rhythm of folk traditions, where the stories of generations are sung, and local theater really flourishes, especially out in the rural communities. The festival calendar is packed too. You've got Bahila Baishak, the Bengali New Year, that's all about vibrant colors, new beginnings. Then the major Islamic Eids, Eid al-Fitr and Eid al-Adha, and the Hindu festival of Durga Puja, they're all celebrated with huge community spirit. And perfectly fitting for the mango capital, there's a joyful mango festival in the summer, celebrating their most famous product. And when it comes to food, beyond the fresh stuff, they're famous for traditional dishes like shupki, that's a unique dried fish preparation, along with delicious local sweets and their very distinctive local-style mango pickles. How do these food traditions kind of reflect the region's identity?
This is a perfect way to put it. It's cultural vibrancy. And the food really does act as this direct link to the land and its resources. Shukki, for instance, is a prime example of using local aquatic life efficiently. While those mango pickles, well, they're a testament to preserving that agricultural abundance in a unique, really flavorful way. And just to round out the picture, connectivity is absolutely key to understanding how Rajshahi fits into the bigger national fabric. It's well connected by road to other divisions, including Dhaka, through a pretty robust highway network. Rail transport is also vital. There are popular intercity trains you might know, names like the Padma Express, Silk City, Dumtutu, they run daily. For air travel, Shah Makdum Airport in Rajshahi offers domestic flights. And while it's maybe less prominent now, there's still some river transport on the Padma, which maintains that historical link. So yeah, it's a place that's deeply rooted, but also very dynamically interconnected.
So what does this all mean for you listening in? We've really tried to peel back the layers on Rajshahi, haven't we? From its strategic geography, bordering West Bengal and Bihar in India, to its distinct 8 districts each, with its own character, like Rajshahi itself, Chapai Nawabganj, Nator, Nagaon, Bugura, Joypurhat, Babna, and Sirajganj. And its significant rivers, the Padma, Atrai, Jamuna, Mananda. It's clearly a region profoundly defined by both its physical landscape and its human communities.
Yeah, and if we try to connect this to the bigger picture, Rajshahi isn't just a geographical area on a map. It's more like a living tapestry of history, industry, and this deeply rooted culture that just keeps evolving.
Right.
We've seen its dominant agriculture, from staples like rice and wheat to sugarcane and lentils, but especially those globally famous mangoes from Rajshahi and Chapai Nawabganj. And that sits right alongside its renowned silk production and a growing, quite innovative food processing industry that adds value back into its produce.
Right.
It really does live up to its status as an education city with those powerhouse institutions like the University of Rajshahi and Rajshahi Medical College. And its rich heritage is just undeniable, with sites like the UNESCO-listed Parpur Buddhist Vihara and the ancient city of Ahastungar. The diverse festivals and those distinctive traditional foods like shutgi and mango pickles, they just add more unique flavor to the whole thing, which I think raises an important question.
Indeed, it does. Thinking about Rajshahi, maybe consider the profound impact that a region's specific strengths, like those world-renowned mangoes and its really deep historical legacy, those ancient sites dating back centuries, how can that shape its entire identity, its economy, its cultural story? And maybe think about how such deeply rooted regional identities don't just preserve tradition, but how they also contribute to the broader evolving national story of a country like Bangladesh. It's definitely something to ponder long after this deep dive.